Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with tip number 13 of our 30 tips in 30 days segment of the Dog Days of Summer series. And folks, don't forget, if you are new to the Raymond Report, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Anytime we do a football tip on football, I got to promote the World Series of Handicapping football contest. We're going in season number 10, and folks, it's only $25 to play. You put in 7 tips, or 7 picks, not tips. I'm going to give a tip eventually, but you put in 7 picks each week. You rate those picks 7 units to 1 unit, sides or total, and if you are the leader at the end of the standings and you have the most points or the most units, you will win $1,500 in cash, the World Series handicapping ring, and if you go second, you get $750, and if you go in third place, you get $500. And the beauty about this contest, anytime you go 7-0 during any week, you win $50. So half your bank fee or your subscription fee gets back to you. All right, let's get to tip number 13, and this here is a tip which is more of a mindset. And I got this. I'm a football coach, and Jerry Campbell is a famous high school football coach in Texas. And he has a saying, and I got all his videos and books, and in one of those books he says, you pass to score and you run to win. And that always stuck with me. And you know what? If you want to learn the passing game, I think the air raid offense is one of the best. Hal Mummy, which came to Ottawa one year doing a clinic, absolutely fantastic. We learned a lot of stuff about the air raid offense. And if you're going to run the football, I think if you're a high school coach, or I don't think they run this much in the universities, but maybe a Navy and Army, I think the wing tee is one of the best running offense for a high school football. So just a little something out there if you're a high school football coach and you're wondering what type of offense should you run if you are running school. The wing tee, baby. That's what I want. I love the wing tee. I think the wing tee is one of the best type of running offense, and won a few championships with the wing tee. And the air raid offense, if you got a good quarterback and some receivers, I think the air raid offense is one of the top offense to chuck the ball around, right? All right, let's talk about the pass to score and run to win. So what exactly am I talking about here, right? So when I look at the upcoming season, I'm handicapping my weekly football games. I'm thinking, okay, where's the running teams and where's the passing teams? Because there is a mindset. And just like the title says, you pass to score, which means high-scoring offense, high-scoring games, which could be the over, and you run to win. And when you run to win, you're thinking straight up, right? And, if you can win against the spread, that's even a bonus. But let's take a look at the top scoring offenses last season, and I broke them down into the standings. So the top 10 are right here, and then the 11 to 32. So when I look at the top 10 passing offense from last season, check out their win percentage. The win percentage. So New Orleans was number 1. They passed for over 70.9%. I went from completion. I ranked them from win completions because you got to complete your passes, right? And the scoring yards could be a little deceiving sometimes, but I went with the and yards per game. No, the completion. Sorry, as you can see right here, it's highlighted, right? So looking at the top passing completion, and Bill Walsh says that there was a video on Bill Walsh, and he says, what's the number one thing you look for when you're really scouting a quarterback or you're picking a quarterback? And he said the number one thing, accuracy. He goes, anytime you get an accurate quarterback, he goes, that's what you got to go for, right? So you look at who were the most accurate quarterbacks last year. New Orleans, obviously Drew Brees. Green Bay Packers, Rodgers. Houston Texans, Seattle, Buffalo, Carolina, Minnesota, Arizona, Indianapolis, and the Raiders. Believe it or not, the Raiders in the 10th spot. And what I did is I took their win percentage, and look at that. Of the top 10 teams, we had 7 of them with 50% or higher. Now the Raiders 8-8 last year, but look at the top 5 teams in this category right here for completion pass completions. Buffalo number 5, Seattle, Houston, Green Bay, and the Saints. Only Houston here was a losing team, but of the 5 teams, and again, going with the tip here, pass to score and you run to win, there's 5 teams here that have double-digit overs. So when you're looking at teams next season, when you're handicapping and you're thinking about playing the total, look at this. So New Orleans, 10-8. Green Bay Packers, 11-7 to the over. Buffalo Bills, 13-6 to the over. and then you had Indianapolis 10-7, and then the Raiders 13-3. So again, pass to score, run to win, right? So you can see right here of the 10 teams, 7 of them had winning records, right? Now looking at the run to win factors, let's take a look at some of the top rushing teams last season. Now we went by yards. Obviously with Baltimore, they had a good running game, and when you got Lamar Jackson, right, he can rush for over 100 yards a game. And only 2 teams with a 60% or higher ATS record, believe it or not. And that was Baltimore and 2 teams 60% higher. Oh, wait, here it is. Right here. So Baltimore, 67% against the point spread, and the other one was the Green Bay Packers. Those are the only 2 teams that had a 60% or higher ATS record. But look at all the win percentage here. Of the 10 teams that ran the ball effectively last year, 7 of them had a winning percentage. So you run to win and you pass to score, right? So when you're thinking of rushing football teams, think just straight up, not against the spread. Is the team, when you're handicapping your game, do I think this team can win straight up? And do they run the ball effectively, right? Look at the top teams running the ball. Baltimore Ravens, Tennessee Titans, Cleveland Browns, New England, obviously, Cam there. So, Cam Newton, not a high prolific, passer, but he can do some damage with his legs. Minnesota, New Orleans, once Drew Brees, got injured, then it was the, Taysom Hill show, right? Arizona, Green Bay, Philadelphia, and the Rams. Those were your top 10 rushing teams last year. And again, 7 of those teams had a winning record, and only 2 of them losing teams, non-playoff team. The 3 that weren't in the top 10 that were in the playoffs, New England, Minnesota, and the Philadelphia Eagles. And one note that I thought was pretty interesting, no Kansas City Chiefs made the top 10 passing or running game last season. So folks, you pass to score, you run to win, and when you're thinking about handicapping your games this year and you're thinking totals, think of the pass completions and always think of these, and especially playoff teams, right? If you can get a playoff team, more than likely they're probably playing high scoring games, and they also have good win percentage. That helps, and teams that can run the ball effectively will have a good win percentage, right? And that's what I look for when I'm, especially in college football. Anytime you can get a college football team that can run the football well, especially in the MAC. I found that in the MAC is one of my secrets when I'm handicapping college football is I look for running teams in the MAC. So there you have it. That's the and oh yeah, here you go. So here's the pass to score, the combined record of each team: 86 and 82 against the spread. So nothing great. Combined record on straight up, 57%. And the combined over-under record, look at that, 95-72 to the over, 55% to the over, and that's teams that with a high completion record. And then when you look down here, run to win, combined record, 75 and 76. So not even rushing teams don't have a great percentage record again for ATS. And looking at the combined score for their win percentage, 99 and 71 for 58%. And the over-under record was at 50%. So you run to win, right? You run to win and you pass the score, and that's where you got 55%. And if you just take away some of these, the 5 teams we're talking about, the teams like, let me see the over-under, the double-digit teams. So you're looking at New Orleans, Green Bay, Buffalo, Indianapolis, and the Raiders. Aside from the Raiders, you look at the other teams, and there's a good chance, you know what, they can all make the playoff this year. I think they all have a good shot making the playoffs, but it should be interesting going into this season. All right, there you have it. Pass the score, run to win. That was your tip here today, tip number 13. And again, a little shout out to Jerry Campbell and Hal Mummy. That's where I got most of these ideas, these mindsets. And hopefully, if you're a wing T high school coach out there, I hope you run trap and you run power, right? Because those are some of the best runs, or the power sweep, right? When you pull the two guards, or if you're pulling the center in case you get a nose tech on you. But here I'm going into my coaching mode, right? You can tell it's football season. I'm already getting pumped for coaching. All right, there you have it. Hopefully, tip number 13 is a good one for you and it helps you out. And shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back shortly with another Raymond Report. Cheers.